So eggs hatch and grubs come out. You know that the queen is the one who is responsible for eggs, and once the eggs are hatched and the grubs, the very tiny infant ants come out, soldiers guard them. Okay, so we know that there is a division of labor here, and the soldiers are there to guard the small infant grubs. Workers feed and clean them, and the workers are doing the work of feeding the small grubs and cleaning them. So we had talked about how cleanliness is important. Listen, my video is not seen by me. Yes, so soldiers guard them and workers are feeding and cleaning them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine. Now, what we have to learn here is that not only are they feeding, the workers who are assigned the work of feeding them and cleaning them are doing their jobs. Then they're also helping them out for airing, exercise, and sunshine. We know that these three things are very important for their growth, and yesterday we had seen this. 2 or 3 weeks later, now the grubs are being taken care of by these workers, and later after 2 or 3 weeks how the development of these grubs takes place. So let us see how 2 or 3 weeks later grubs become cocoons. So as we had seen, we might have also studied in science how the development of a butterfly takes place. There are various stages. Similarly, the grubs also is now converted into cocoons. I'll put you all on mute so that we can carry on.
Ma'am,
I'm just putting the children on mute.
I can't able to see you. I can't able to see you.
Others are able to see?
Ma'am.
Students, are you able to see me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay, fine. Then with one or two, there may be some problem. So even if there is some problem, you manage. And what is more important is listening here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we'll continue. That how the grubs are carrying on with helping. I'll just call it on the sideways.
Please mute all participants.
Okay. So without food or activity, 3 weeks more, they are developing inside the cocoons and live without food or activity. We know that cocoon is a kind of shell which surrounds the grubs. And inside, when they are completely surrounded by this cocoon, then they cannot eat anything or there is no activity. So this is the phase which is only the development phase. There is no eating and no other kind of activity that is seen. So the cocoon or the ants are growing in this cocoon phase. Then the cocoon break and perfect ants appear. As we can see in the picture, how the perfect ants are appearing out and coming outside after their complete development. This is the ant, and it is a proper fully grown ant, and now it just has to grow in size, otherwise now it is completely developed. Now it's time for teaching and training. Right now, when the eggs or the cocoons break and these ants come out, all the kind of ants are exactly the same. But we have already studied there are various categories assigned, various works assigned to these various ants. Some are workers, some are cleaners. One is the queen ant, which lays eggs. And so different works are arise. Some soldiers are there who are guarding these grubs and all. So now it is a time for training them and assigning them different jobs that they have to do entire life, through their entire life. New ants learn their duties from old ants as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. So whatever work has been assigned to them, how do they assign that is not given here, but they are assigned any one role out of these, maybe a worker, a cleaner, a soldier, a builder, or any other job that is assigned. After a few weeks training, a few weeks are required in proper training them so that they can do their jobs properly, and the small ants are ready to go out into the big world of work. They have to do their work, and without any ambiguity or overlap over their work, they are doing their own work. That is the reason the life of ants is very peaceful and there is no problem, and they can continue a peaceful life. After a few weeks training, okay, they are back to work, and ant hill is a home not only for ants but also for some other creatures. Now, suppose we imagine the human beings. We are living in our houses, we have our families, we are doing our work. But we know that sometimes for our leisure, for our interest, we have pets. We may have cat, dogs, or maybe any other. Here also, the strange thing is that such small, tiny insects such as ants are also having some other creatures, and they are actually their pets. What can be the various animals? First is beetles. If you have heard, beetle is also a small insect. Lesser breeds of ants. Some other breeds or varieties of ants can be there in living in their ant hills together with them. And one more insect is the green fly. These are the animals that ants keep along with them in their ant hill. Why do ants want these alien creatures to live in their nest? Now, suppose we domesticate a cow, we get milk from that. We keep a dog. So the dog is actually safeguarding our houses. So some of the other thing is done. It is actually, pets is also a kind of mutually beneficial relationship. You like them and they in turn are either giving you something or they are very keeping you happy in a way. So why do ants want these alien creatures to live in their nest? For several reasons. There are various reasons depending upon which creature, which insect is living with them. First, for several reasons. Some give off smell pleasant to the ants' senses. You apply perfume. You are very fond of nice smell, nice perfume, nice aroma. So here also the ants, they prefer certain pleasant smells. And so certain animals are giving these kind of smells. And that is why these ants are keeping them in their ant hills, because they like the pleasant smell of these insects. Second, others give sweet juices. Okay. So as these juices are really liked by, you would also have variety of food with you. So as these ants also like juices very well, so they are also keeping these animals which provide them sweet juices. Now these juices are not like our juices, but they are edible only to the ants, and ants like the taste of these juices. And some are just pets or playthings, and some are not giving anything, but it's a kind of companionship that they share, such as our pets. So like the cats, like the dogs to human beings, they are also giving them company in life. So they are keeping these variety of animals or creatures or insects along with them in the anthill. The green fly is ant's cow. A particular insect has been given here, green fly. And what is the green fly? It can be compared to the cow of our world. The cow gives us milk that we drink. And similarly, the green fly also gives a kind of honeydew, a kind of liquid that we can compare like the milk of ours. The ant train it to give honeydew. And you know, we also train the cows how to give the milk in the morning, in the evening, and there is a particular way how we milk the cow. So the ants have also trained these green flies to give the honeydew or the kind of milk that they like. It's not actually our milk, but it is a kind of liquid. You can call it honeydew, you can call it a variety of milk or a substance that is liked by the ants. They drink it. So to to get that honeydew every day, they keep these green flies in there along with them in the ant hills with a touch of their antennae. And what is the way to, as we milk the cow, their way is as soon as they touch their antennae or their feelers to the green fly gives them the honeydew that they require. They milk it just as we milk the cow. And isn't it strange? We would have never thought that we as human beings are training and guiding the small creatures, but we had never had an idea that such things can be done by a very, very tiny insect. And even such insects can have such kind of a mutually beneficial relationship with other insects as well. So this is nature. They milk it just as we milk the cow. Have humans learned as much as ants have? At the end of the chapter, there is a question. This is a very serious question, that have we as human beings learned a lot, that how we should take care, how we should live life, and as ants have understood to lead a life very peacefully without any clashes, without any grudges. Have we also learned? I think we are short on that. Perhaps they have, but they haven't put their learning to good use. Yes, we have learnt everything, but we just say that we should do like this, we should not fight, we should help each other, we should live in peace, but we are actually not putting these values and these ideals into use. They may still learn a few things from this tiny teacher. So now this is the time. They is the human beings. Human beings may still learn a few things from this tiny teacher. A teacher can be as tiny as an ant here, and we can learn from anybody if there is an opportunity to learn, please learn. And what are the various things? What are the various values? What are the different disciplines we can learn? This is as follows. Hard work, first thing, as ants work really hard. Sense of duty, how if one duty is assigned to them, they are stuck to it and they are very loyally, diligently performing their duty. And discipline, how they are living in perfect discipline. There are no clashes because they never sway away from what has been said to them. Cleanliness is again an important trait, and cleanliness, if seen in such a sense of cleanliness is seen in such a small insect, that is something too good. Care for the young ones. So we should, we know compassion and being compassionate is very important. Here we can see even such tiny insects and animals do have compassion for their small young ones, and they take care of them very nicely. And above all, one very important thing is a firm loyalty to the land where they live. And this is again very important. You have a connection with the place you live in. So this is again a firm loyalty to the land where you live. You should always be loyal. So the last quality that we can learn from them is loyalty, being patriotic, being you should always defend your country, your place, your world. And that is all we can learn from the ants. So this was the life of an ant. And now, because it's a very small chapter and we have completed it, I'll move on to question answer discussion. The question answers are also very easy, but we have to be a little quick in discussing that. Hello students, are you able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
First question. How
Yes,
long?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's begin from the
Yes, ma'am.
comprehension check. Okay. So moving on to the first comprehension check. What is the first question? I hope you would have read the chapter. Okay. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue. You know, these two words are italicized. So what is the meaning of these two words? The italicized phrase means too remarkable to be true. That means it is very remarkable, but it is true. You would be surprised, but this story of an ant is very true. Next, complete the following sentences. An ant is the smallest. Can you complete this? It's given, I think, in the first para. An ant is the smallest, the commonest, the smallest, and the wisest. So here we can find it. I had actually marked it, but I didn't save that. That has become a problem here. To save time, I had marked here. Can you see this? The commonest,
Yes, ma'am.
the smallest, but the wisest insect. Fine, this is the answer. Okay, moving on. Next question. No, this line is coming down. It's not cut, okay? Next. We know a number of facts about an ant's life because how do we know the a number of facts? Because many people have kept the ants as pets, and that is why we know about it. And the answer has been given here. Can you see this? People okay.
Ma'am.
People have kept ants as pets and have watched their daily behavior closely. And that is the reason that now we know a number of facts about them. So we know a number of facts about this tiny creature or hardworking creature. This tiny. And now we have the creature part. Fine. Coming to the next one. Shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Next question is. Have I scrolled more than required? Yes, one more question is there. In what ways is an ant's life peaceful? Is anybody having this answer? In what ways is an ant's life peaceful?
Ma'am.
Okay. Please, one of you can say.
An ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share for work intelligently and bravely and never fight with other members of the group.
Yes. So we can find it here that we can also include some parts from here also, that no worker or soldier or cleaner has ever harmed a grub. So an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely and never fights with others, members of the group. Fine? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The last paragraph. Next.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Coming to the first question of the next comprehension check. Second comprehension check. How long does it take for a grub to become a complete ant? So it's the development of the grub. How? Okay, raised hand. Fine. Yes, Namrata Tiwari. I'm unmuting you, Tiwari. Please give the answer. Are you giving the answer? Okay. Kamnani, give the answer.
Yes, ma'am. It takes 2 to 3 weeks for a grub to become a complete ant.
2 to 3 weeks. Okay. For a grub to become a complete ant, are you sure?
Excuse me.
I think these are two in 5 to 6 weeks they are
Yes,
able
ma'am.
to do it. See here, first is there are two different phases. Look at them. First, you can see here that in 2 or 3 weeks the grubs become cocoons. Okay, and then in 3 more weeks the cocoon break and perfect ants appear. So altogether you can write a single line also that it takes 5 to 6 weeks for a grub to become an ant. Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
3 weeks and 3 weeks together, so around 6 weeks are required here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, coming to the next question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we are running out of time. Maybe in 10 minutes, sometime our session may complete. Okay, as soon as we
Yes, ma'am.
put off, we will close this meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, second question: why do the workers ants carry the grubs about? Why the workers are carrying the grubs? Okay, 4 hands are there. Please answer me quickly, Sandeep Patwa. So Patwa, please answer. Sandeep Patwa. Namrata Tiwari. So please, I'm unmuting you. Tiwari, please give me the answer.
The grubs are carried about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine.
Absolutely right. It is directly given in the chapter why they are carrying them
Yes,
for
ma'am.
daily airing, exercise, and sunshine. So you can see it here. This has been given. They are carrying them about for daily airing, exercise, and sunshine. A very small answer. Coming to the next one.
Yes,
Next.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Next question. Read the question, please. Somebody read the question for me.
What jobs are new ants trained for?
Okay. What jobs are new ants trained for? We are having the answer here only. Ubay. Ubay is there. Please, I'm unmuting you. Tell me the answer. Yes. What they are trained for? Somebody give the answer. Ubay, I have unmuted you. Okay, if he's not giving the answer, I will let you know. See here. It is, oh, sorry. And says that they are trained for their jobs as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. So this is the training that they are given. So they have been trained to learn the duties, the duties of workers, soldiers, builders, and cleaners, etc. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please write from
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next. What is the next question? Please read.
Name some other creatures that live in
Other creatures.
Okay, very easy. Give me the answer.
Ma'am.
Anybody, please give the answer.
Name of some other creatures that live in anthills are beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and green fly.
Correct. We can see here beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and the green fly. So these are some of the creatures which are living with the ants in the ant hills. Take some part from the question, and then this is the answer. Beetles, lesser breed of ants, and green fly. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next. Next question, please read.
Mention three things we can learn from the teacher. Give reason for choosing these items.
Okay, so we are on the last paragraph where it has been given what do we learn from these creatures. So what do we learn here? It's directly given. See to it. See the last paragraph. There are many things we can learn from the tiny teacher. What is that? Hard work, sense of duty, discipline, cleanliness, care for the young ones, and above all, loyalty to the land where they live.
Loyalty.
One more part of question is there, no? One part of question is left. What is that?
Give reasons for choosing these items.
Okay, why do you choose these? That these are the ones we can learn? Can you give the answer? Anybody, please speak up. Speak up, anybody who knows the answer. Is there anybody? Sandeep Patwa. You're already unmute, so I don't need to, I think, say anything. Yes, is there anybody to answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is there? Speak up. Speak up.
What is the question?
Question, okay. Mention three things we can learn from the tiny teacher. Give reasons for choosing these items. We have actually chosen these items because human beings know all these things. But actually what has happened that we have forgotten all these values. We know them very well, but what is given here? That we have forgotten these values, that we know very well about these values, but we have forgotten. So we again need to relearn from these tiny teachers. Here I think it is. We haven't put this learning to use. We have forgotten that these things, these values are important. We know them as values, but we have not actually been practicing them. So again, we can relearn them from the tiny teacher, that is the ants. Finally, we have ended the chapter.